have some brilliant lawyers in the profession, but we need to ensure that all law firms are working cohesively to promote diversity within that profession, so that society is best served. So I've been with Irwin Mitchell for 16 years now. I trained with the firm, and I've had the opportunity to work across a few of our different offices, and I'm currently based in London, and I specialise exclusively in medical negligence law, representing patients, and I have my own team. At Irwin Mitchell, I am co-chair of our Race Diversity Network, I Am Respect, and I also sit on our Diversity and Inclusion Board. So I've been involved with I Am Respect for many years, pretty much since I joined as a trainee solicitor at the firm, because it's something that I felt very, very strongly and passionately about. We're working on policies to promote both diversity and inclusivity, so not just promoting improving representation of minority ethnic colleagues in the firm, but also ensuring that we're best supporting the ones that we do have at our firm, and that we have a culture that is fully inclusive. Anyone aspiring to be a lawyer has got to have real drive and passion. The law is such a competitive field. So you've got to really want to make sure that it is for you. It's a given that law requires a level of intelligence, a level of academics, but actually I think more than that, an individual's got to be incredibly hardworking in order to not only progress through their career, but also to deliver to clients. I mean, for most lawyers working in whatever sector, a lot of law is a distressed purchase. So you're supporting people that have been through a difficult time. So that needs a lot of time, commitment, and dedication. Have an early think about exactly why you want to be a lawyer, why a legal career is something you're interested in, just so you can test that strength of motivation and also get a good idea about what type of law you might be interested in. I would also say it's important to be incredibly open-minded and not to have a fixed mindset about the type of law you want to practice. Of course, we all have our interests and we're pulled in a certain direction, but it's always good to have an open mind, because by way of example, early on I always had it in my mind that I wanted to be an intellectual property lawyer, and here I am as a medical negligence litigation lawyer, and I'm here and I thoroughly enjoy what I do, and that's because I kept a very open mind and was happy to try different things. I would say that one sort of key area that we really need to work on as lawyers is diversity and inclusion. We need to ensure that the profession reflects the society that it serves. Another thing that I would say is that following the pandemic, what's become very apparent is the need to be agile and adaptable. What's brilliant is we've realised that we've all been able to continue working whilst also serving our clients with no compromise whatsoever to the standard of legal care and service that they receive. Aspiring lawyers need to be mindful that we are sort of, I think, going through somewhat of a technological revolution at the moment. We've all embraced technology and digitization. Pandemic's really forced us to look at different ways of working, and I think we are now going to be looking to work in a completely different world to where we were just 2-3 years ago. This picture of my parents was taken in the 70s, shortly after they got married. And both of my parents are of Indian descent, but they're from East Africa. My parents' background, my family's background has played a really, really big part in my work ethic, my drive, and essentially where I've reached today. Both of my parents were my mum is incredibly hardworking and committed, but they didn't have the opportunity to attend university. And me and my siblings were the first generation to attend university in my family. The second picture I've got here is a picture of my graduation, and I've got some really fond memories of my university days and the time that I spent in Sheffield. And interestingly, it was during university that I did a specific module called Lawyers, Clients and Cases, and as part of that I had the opportunity to do a 3-day work placement at Irwin Mitchell as a 19-year-old in medical negligence. Little did I know then that I would actually end up working there 5 years later, and would still be here, 20 years later. And then the final picture that I've got looks like a school photograph or a college photograph, but actually it's a photograph that was taken when I started my training contract at Irwin Mitchell. So the colleagues and the individuals you can see in this picture were my fellow trainees when I started at the firm back in 2006. Really great memories of my training contract at Irwin Mitchell and all the colleagues that you can see in this picture, who have all gone on to become wonderful lawyers. A lot of them are all around the four corners of the globe, and many of us still stay in touch to this day.